what the smiling meditation is doing is taking you down the layers of your body, which by that I mean going down through the organs of the body, down through the cells, the molecules, the atoms, the finer particles, and down into your light body, and beyond that into the quantum vacuum state or God consciousness beneath that. So it's like another dimension. If you can imagine the 3D reality of here, there, and the normal three-dimensional world we live in. And then the fourth dimension is time and consciousness. And the fifth dimension is to connect to the God energy. So the intention is to raise one's vibration through smiling. Just to explain a little, the smiling is, I see very much, if you can imagine a bar of iron being stroked by a magnet, what you're actually doing is lining up all the particles in the bar of iron, and as they line up, they become a magnet within themselves. And I think the same thing happens when we smile, that all the cells in the body line up, and you actually feel the energy going out in the aura as well around you. So if we gently sit quietly and close our eyes, we'll start the smiling meditation, which is just to take the awareness within. So we'll start off by taking a few deep breaths and just allow the breath to take us down into the silence. So just take 2 or 3 deep breaths. And then just put a gentle smile on your face and just feel the energy expanding out into your aura. And then we'll start to think about the layers of the body and think of the organs, the heart, the lungs, the liver, the kidneys, and all the other ones. And we'll just focus on the heart. And if you can imagine that your heart's got a big smiling face on the front of it, and just send positive thinking to your heart energy. Just imagine that the heart is experiencing joy because we're giving it attention. We're grateful for the work it's done over the years at keeping us happy and healthy, and that the work that it does, and then drop down the layer to the level of the cells of the heart. Just imagine you can see all the cells in the heart smiling away, and just imagine they're all shaking hands with the cell next door, as it were, and just be grateful for the work the cells are doing, all cooperating and working together in harmony and peace. And then just taking the attention down to the next layer, which is the particle layer of the cell. And just imagine all the particles with big smiling faces on their faces. And then down to the atomic level of your body. And just imagine that again, all the atoms in your body with big smiling faces, and just experiencing the love of just being alive, and drop down to the finest particles that make up the atom, and then drop below the level of the particles down into your light body. Just imagine, when two particles of light hit each other, bump into each other, what happens is they change from being a wave into a particle, which means that your physical body is actually made of congealed light, as the interference pattern of your body, of your light body. The photons of light bump into each other and they change from a waveform into a particle and start creating your physical body. So your physical body is made of light energy that's congealed as it's interacted with another photon of light. And then just imagine yourself, once you get down to your light body, you can use your light body as a means of visualization. Just see the light coming to you almost in the shape of a rainbow or an upside down rainbow, which would be a smile, as it were. And then if we look through the rainbow, as it were, a bit below, you can see the underlying vacuum state, the empty void of nothingness, which is if you like, the quantum field or the God consciousness, where everything exists in virtual form, but not in reality. It's a field full of abundance that connects all the different worlds, all the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, all the stars in the universe, all the different universes and multiverses that there are all part of this underlying vacuum state. That's a field of just pure silence, pure emptiness, but yet it's the source of thought, it's the source of all your activity, the source of your thought, word, and deeds, as it were. So just enjoy being in this field of silence for a few minutes and just enjoy the silence of just being one with the whole universe. Just reach out with your feeling. Just just feel yourself expanding out into our solar system to start with, and out again into the whole universe. Just feel at one with the whole universe. It's a little like your consciousness being a drop of water, and the universal life force is being an ocean. And as we drop the drop of water into the ocean, you actually realize that you're actually the whole universe, that each of us are all part of this universal life force. There's only one of us in the room, and we're all different aspects of the same energy. And just enjoy being in that field. Through our physical body, we experience the feelings through through the cells, through the molecules, through the atoms, the finer particles. Is all the levels of feelings, but our emotions flow through the liquid of the body. Our body is made of about 70% liquid, and if you can imagine waves of energy flowing within our body, that's how whenever you cry, perhaps, and get tears in your eyes, you notice that you seem to cry in waves, because the feelings or the emotions are flowing through the liquid of the body. You may find that you become more emotional when it's full moon, because the moon controls the liquids, as it were. It manages the tides of the sea and things like that. So just be aware of that aspect, the subtle difference between your feelings and your emotions. I just wanted to point that out to you. And then we'll start to come back to the here and now. We'll start to come back up the layers of the body. I mean, our body, your light body basically is the level of consciousness in which your clairvoyance works, how you get pictures in your mind. The light of your light body forms the images that create your spiritual awareness, as it were. And then as you come up the layers, I mean, if ever you've been and watched a scary film, you may have noticed that when the scene makes you jump, it affects you on a very subtle level, and I think it's affecting you on the level of the atoms of your body, as it were. You have a very, very fine waking or fight and flight response, as it were. Anyway, coming back up the layers into your cells, if you like, just be aware that you'd like all the cells that deal with the eliminatory processes, get rid of all the waste products and the dead cells. Just thank them for all the hard work they do, by keeping your body clean inside. It means that it's staying healthy, and just be aware of that cleansing, and praise these cells that do all that hard work at keeping the body healthy and happy. And then come back up to the level of the organs, and again just thank the body for all working together and cooperating with all the various parts that make up who you are. You think about the body's aura and the fact that your soul is like a hologram, as it were. If you can imagine all the stars of the universe coming to a single point on the date of your birth, and shining through your soul energy, then what comes out of the other side is you, basically, and the electromagnetic field of energy that's created by that, if you like, holographic image on your birthday is what holds every cell in position in your body and tells it what to do through the DNA of the cells. So just know that by releasing stress and everything and connecting with this source energy, we're allowing that process of pure consciousness to flow through us and strengthening your aura, strengthening your energy field, and allowing every cell to be held in position to do the right thing at the right time in the right place, as it were. So just feel that whole energy system working within you as we start to come back to the here and now. So just start to connect back again with your five senses of taste, touch, smell, feeling, and eyesight. Just reconnect with the senses of your body. And when you're feeling back in the here and now, then we'll gently open our eyes and become aware of the room around us and just come back to our normal state of being.